A bit of talk that Cole Skews might be struggling for this game, though.
Yeah, everybody is in good nick. Cole obviously has got picked up with injury, and we have to wait and see what comes back from that. But he's struggling for tomorrow.
Is that a big concern? Is that a worry at this stage before you get the full assessment on Cole?
Yeah, because he's playing ever so well for us. He's been brilliant for us, and as I said before, his range of passing's been at the really high standard. What I look for, and so that's a blow. But hopefully it's not too long.
What is it? Are you able to say what the injury is?
It's just hurt his knee at this moment in time. So, but we'll wait and see.
He has done ever so well, but I suppose in midfield it is an area you have some strength, isn't it? Some good players haven't really been making the 18 even of late.
We're really young, I know that's for sure. We're really young in there, we're 19-year-olds in there, and we have to get a little bit more help, a bit more experience to give them a helping hand. But if Cole's out, then it gives somebody an opportunity to take him in. But yeah, he's a blow.
You'd really miss his experience, wouldn't it? You've touched upon it there. You've got an awful lot of young players and players that don't know the Championship, and he does, doesn't he?
Well, I think the big thing is when you leave out certain lads last week, none of the lads had really played Championship football, and the lads I brought in were equally so, never played Championship football. So that's the strength of it. But they're young players that will give you something else that experience can't give you. So we have to try and get the best out of them. But one thing's for sure, they certainly give it a go. That's for sure, and they'll do it again on Saturday. And I love working with them. They've been brilliant to work with. I really do. Young, enthusiastic guys have been excellent to work with.
So clearly feel there are players that can step into the breach if he is out for a little spell.
Well, they have to. They have to. There's no ifs or buts. You have to. And but they're learning their trade. They're learning their trade in a really difficult league. They should be coming into the team where maybe if you bring an 18 or a 19-year-old, they should have a little bit more help probably than they're getting, because we're all inexperienced over the pitch really. And when you lose one of your most experienced ones, that's why it becomes a blow. And
in terms of getting the right mix, the right blend in there, because you've got lots of different qualities in your midfielders, is that something you have to spend a lot of time thinking about at the moment?
Well, there's not too many players that plays like Scouse. There's not too many lads that do that. They're all a lot of offensive players, so we have to look to see who can fill that role. And but whoever comes in, I say before, whoever comes in, I've got absolutely no worry whatsoever who plays that role.
That's Teo Eden. Okay, I think he was back at Fulham at this stage last week, and Guillaume didn't make the 18 last week either.
Teo's still struggling. Guillaume's back. He's okay. And the only one really missing is going to be Cole.
And you spoke last week about how you've identified players you'd like to bring in the January window. Might fans and also you two have to be a bit patient on that front? There maybe won't be the influx you'd like on New Year's Day?
Well, we have to try and get a few in anyway on that first, and to give us a help. That's for sure. You don't want to prolong, but we'll try and get them in. And we've identified guys to hopefully come in, and if we get them in, it'll be a lot stronger.
What do you make of the FA Cup draw that's been made since we last spoke? Accrington away at the start of January.
Yeah, tough. Every game's tough. But it isn't something that shocks me. You know, we go there and go and try and get through. It's a tough game, small ground. I've been there before. I was there with Wickham, so I know exactly what it's like. So just like anywhere in a cup tie, it's a one-off game. You go and try and get through. So
you will take it seriously and hope to progress, because I guess winning breeds confidence, doesn't it? Once you get one win, you'd like to think you'd capitalise in the next league match, kind of thing.
Well, it becomes contagious when you win games, you know. And but first and foremost, we have to concentrate on the games before. The cup game will take care of itself, but I'll certainly go as strong as I can.
And on Accrington, what's the latest? Do you know on Janoy's work permit? Is he still a lone player here, or anything progressed on that front?
I don't think so at the minute. I think that's still ongoing. That was also ongoing before when I came in, so I don't know too much about it. I know a little bit around it, so by this moment I don't know 100% answer to it.
You had a busy night on Tuesday at the AGM, first of all. What did you make of the atmosphere there? Did you kind of pick up on frustration from supporters, which I guess is understandable maybe?
Well, you can sense that. It's as I said, that we need everybody to go together and do exactly, or go one way. I think that's important. I know you can feel that bit of animosity towards everything, but that's what happens at football clubs when fans think it's not going right. But you've got to give the fans a lot of credit for it, because they keep coming and coming and coming, and it's their club as well. They're every bit as important as everybody else, and as a football club we have to unite it together, because it's only one team in the town, and if you get that backing behind you, then this could be a really brilliant place to be.
Then you watch the Youth Cup game. After that, what do you make of the under-18s? Is it a good win for them?
Yeah, do you know, I never really take the result too seriously. It's who the kids can, if they can push up to the 23s and then push up to the first team. I judge a lot of that of how quick the kids are coming through. It's not all about results. For me, just for me personally, I don't look at the result every time. It's the development of the players, whether they can step up to 23s and then come into the first team. There's one or two there that I think's pretty decent in it. So there's a good little nucleus there as well, but they've still got a lot of distractions before they get to the first team. So, but the early signs, what I've seen, they've been very good.
Somebody who's come through the ranks, Harry Wright, he's been a bit more involved recently, hasn't he? He's travelled on some of the away trips, the young goalkeeper, and I think he did an extensive warm-up at Portman Road before one of the games. You think he's got a chance? Has he caught your eye?
Very good with the ball at his feet. Harry, I think, still growing, still developing of it, but I think it's a great experience for him as well. I think that's really good. And when he trains with us, like any of the kids that have trained with us, they've never let themselves down.
Must be important they have that involvement, isn't it? The younger kids, even if it's just the odd training session here on a Wednesday afternoon or whatever.
Well, then I think it's important for them to come up and maybe see what it's like. And there's been one or two, obviously you've got Jack in there as well, Flynn's in there, Andrew's in there. They've all stepped up to the mark. But the more you get that, the more easy the transition is. So, but there's still a wee bit away from it. But there's really good signs here.
You mentioned Jack there. Has he had an extra spring in his step after his first 90 minutes of senior football last weekend?
I think Jack's always quite a bubbly character. I think, again, I'm not going to sit here and put pressure on. He's only 18. It's impossible for you to hang your hat on an 18-year-old every time. So, but he's certainly done himself no harm the way he plays. As I said before, he's one hell of a talent.
How much of an onus do you put on the likes of him and Teddy, who are creative players, and you want them in the final third to also have to work hard and get back and defend that side of the game at this stage?
It's unfair. It's unfair on them. It's they know the rules, but it's an unfair. You can't. It's an impossibility to say 18 and 19-year-old kids, especially if they're trying to carry the can. It's not normal, this situation. They should be given help into that situation, or if they are coming off the bench or they are starting, we should have our most experienced team to help them along. But you tend to find that we're having to rely on them lads a lot as well, which is unfair.
Stoke away this weekend, one of your former clubs. How do you look back on your time there?
Brilliant, absolutely loved it. Really, Mr. Coates, absolutely brilliant. John, really good. Tony, there, Mark Cartwright there. Honestly, I had an absolute brilliant time. The lads gave me everything, and we were so close. We were a penalty away from probably staying up. We were an own goal away from staying up. We went to Leicester and played ever so well and drew 1-1. West Ham was an incredible game. We drew 1-1 there and they scored in the last minute. We go to Anfield and get a really good draw. So yeah, but we just fell short. But effort-wise, players, Crouchy, wee Joe, Jack, through them all, Bruno, Eric, they all were brilliant with me. And but it's a really good club, and I'm looking forward to going back. The fans as well, they were excellent.
How hard was it to take relegation? Although clearly it wasn't your fault, you were only there 2 minutes.
Yeah, you know, it was really tough, because it's a club I never thought in its time would ever go down, but this shows it can happen. But the football club and the infrastructure it's got is second to none. That's for sure. I think the fan base it's got is a terrific fan base behind it. But I think the squad that they've got, the lads, or the football club, how strong it is, maybe in this moment in time should be probably higher than what they are.
How do you compare the situation here that you've inherited at Ipswich Town this season?
Do you know, I love it here, absolutely love it. And I love working with the guys, young enthusiastic guys, even experienced guys. They've been absolutely brilliant. And even the people here have been brilliant at the training ground and in the stadium. And the support, the fan base has been brilliant with me. And I'll do this before, I always do my best to try and turn it around. But I get a sense of everybody who wants to go in the one direction. That's half the battle. Does
it look tougher to turn this one around than the job you inherited there in the new year?
I think every job's tough. Whether you're top league, middle, you're bottom, every job is hard. So it's not an easy thing to turn around and say it's easy. But one thing I do is enjoy it. And if you enjoy something, you have passion for it, you ultimately will turn it around. And we will we will turn it around if we get the players that we think we can get.
And are you here for the long term, to build something? Is that how you see things here?
I think I've been in the game too long to say anything's long term. So you might have great intentions to stay a long time, but nobody ever knows what's around the corner. But I love it here, I really do. I think it's a brilliant football club, and I'm looking forward to everything that goes with it. But one thing's for sure, we're getting better as a team, without a doubt. We're getting better. We're getting better as a football club, I think, as a whole. I think the fan base we're turning that around as well. They're starting to get going with it, as I said before. But if we get a bit of help and we make this place where I think it can go, it can be brilliant.
How big a surprise that Stoke haven't been up there this season? If you go back to July, everybody tipped them for top two. They've got a manager who knows the division, and he brought in a lot of good Championship players as well.
Well, he's kept a lot of the lads as well. I think that was a big thing the club done really well, was keep a lot of the lads that had played in the Premier League for a long time. I think that was really good. I think they invested the way they did. I think them and West Brom were always my kind of tips to go up. And listen, they still might go in that top two, but I think they probably thought they'd have been up there already. You know.
Would you take a draw now from this one?
No, I'll take a win. No, I'll take a win. No. But listen, I know how hard it's going to be, but it's a brilliant place to go and play. The atmosphere is great. The pitch, everything about it is great. But we'll go there and I'll do everything I can to try and win. And I think everybody at Stoke will know that as well. And but I'm looking forward to seeing people as well.
Do you expect a good reaction from the crowd?
I think so. I think myself.
You probably haven't quite achieved the results you were hoping for.
I think one, I'll never get down, never. And anybody that knows me will say the same. I never let the place go down or downbeat. I think we've deserved more in games, without a doubt. I think we've deserved more in games. I thought we should more at Reading. We were excellent in the first half. I thought we could have been 3 or 4 up. Bristol City, we should never have lost it, let alone draw. We should never have lost it. Preston, I thought we were the best team up until then. I think the one we probably never deserved was Nottingham Forest. We started well, but after that, we as soon as we lost the goal, we never really got a foothold in it. I made a few changes in it, but the lads are playing well, and that's the thing. As long as we keep playing well, things will turn. But I'll never let the place go down.
Brendan asked you about the AGM earlier on this week. Has it been a bit of an eye-opener for you? Did you? Obviously, fans are frustrated with not having got the results so far this year. There are obviously issues off the pitch as well. Did you fully appreciate what you were walking into, do you think?
In what terms, what do you mean?
Well, you know, as I said, clearly on the field, you know, 1 win in 19 this year.
Yeah.
You know, that's fans are finding that difficult to take. Lots of chat about the owner. You know, there's been reports this week that club's up for sale, which have been dismissed by the club. So there's kind of issues sort of rumbling along, and you know, I guess you sense that when you spoke to the fans or some of the shareholders at the AGM. No,
you can sense it. But what a club it is! It's absolutely brilliant. It really is, and it will turn. Without a doubt, it will turn, and they need a little bit of help. But one thing I do sense is everything's going in the same direction, and if you stay in that path, this will turn. And once this turns in, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have the last laugh at it. That's for sure, because I think everybody will be on side with it, and I think the way it's going at the minute, and we need to support us. But I understand the frustrations of it, I understand the questions of it, and but the most important thing for me is everybody's behind us. That's the most important thing. So even though we're at the bottom of the table, you wouldn't think that just by the reaction of the training ground in the stadium, because we've deserved more than we've actually got. But once this turns, this will be brilliant. This.
Do you still sense the owner's willing to dip his hand in his pocket and help, give you the help that you need in January? Yeah,
I do. I think Marcus, since I've been to this club, I think Marcus Evans has been brilliant with me. He really has. I think he's probably more hands-on now than a lot of you guys see. You probably just still see on the outside. But I think in this moment I speak to you, I think he's right behind it, and I think he knows exactly the situation in the club. It's his club. Nobody can take that away from him. It's his club. And I know the reports were fired back at you, sort of thing. So no, I think he knows the situation of everything, and he's he's not a silly guy. He knows exactly what's right and wrong, and I think the football club will be in a better place, I think, coming.
You know what you need in January. Have you been given a budget or a set number of players you're able to wheel and deal with in January?
No, I just gave a list. So, do you want the list as well?
Oh yeah, you can.
Do you want that? Yeah? Okay. So Messi, Ronaldo, Buffon. All right. So they're three. I'll give you the three. Okay.
Well, Messi dropped out to fifth in the world.
No, it's really poor, isn't it? It's really, really poor. So I'll go for the A3 first. So I can give them a list. So everybody knows the list that we try and get in. And yeah, let's see if we can get them in.
Yeah.
All right.
Is Cole Scoos potentially months rather than weeks, Paul? Or is it
I don't know. I'll need to wait and see. I'll find out later today probably and see what it's going to be.
We're talking about January and having your list and being on top of that. You mentioned sort of the first of the month earlier in your responses. Do you think some of these signings could be made earlier rather than later in the window?
We have to try. We have to try. That's the reality. We have to try and get them in. And so if you don't get them in early, you could lose another 4 games, 5 games in January. So we have to try and get them in. But we have got a big squad here. Too many players as well. You can't bring. I said before, you can't bring in 10, 12 players in one season. That's nobody does that. Nobody does that. 2 or 3 maybe, but no 12. And lads who are unaccustomed to playing the league, it doesn't make sense. So I think that the players that they come in here, I'm pretty sure they know the league.
You'll have made subtle inquiries to the people that you want. Have you had a sense that they would be willing to join a club in this position? How tough a sell is that going to be?
Well, you've got to try and sell it the best you can to the lads. And as I said before, I think the important thing is that if you get lads in here, they're obviously not going to be part of their own parent club or whatever the case may be, but the ones that come here will have to have the hunger to go and do it as well. And you're putting people there in the forefront to go and try and perform. I think anybody that knows me then, they'll enjoy playing under me, that's for sure. And but it's up to us to try and get them in.
History shows that not many teams very rarely survive from this sort of position. That those are unfortunately the facts on paper. But what gives you the belief that this squad and this club can beat those odds? You've spoken very positively. Do you honestly believe that you can be one of the ones that does it?
Absolutely, because there's not much in it. I said before, you can go on a run in this league and you turn everything around really quickly. You can win 2 and catapult out it. You can lose 2, you can go back in it, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows that's the nature of the championship. So we're in a fight, that's for sure. But at least the fight, we're in the fight. Before we came in, and I couldn't see the fight. Now it's a bit different. And plus, I don't want to miss your interviews. I like your interviews.
There was a lot of love for you in the room on Wednesday night. We've been talking about the animosity surrounding the club, but the fans have clearly taken to you and what you're saying and the style of football that they've seen so far. You said on the night that you were fully committed, and I know you were asked about your sort of long-term future, and it's an unstable industry, but do you see yourself, you've signed a contract to 2020, all being well, you see yourself staying regardless of what happens this season? Absolutely,
I do. I think, as I said before, I can see all the right things to you, and then I know how football works. And I never think everybody's secure. I think when you do that anyway, you end up becoming complacent. So I never hang my hat on anything. But I feel really comfortable here with everybody, with the owner, with the football club itself, the people that work at the football club, the actual people at Portman Road, the fans. And what I do sense is people are wanting the club to do well. That's what I sense. It's not people going behind people's backs and anything like that. We just have to pull it together. Because one team in this town is incredible. This should be absolutely rocking, this place at every turn. But I feel the sense of direction is going the right way. We've had to turn that around that little bit. But we need the supporters, which they've been brilliant. In the room the other night, the fans have been great with me since I've came here. They really have. And as I said before, that you have a bit of trepidation when you come because I left the rivals as such. But I'd never any fear of it, because I knew if I could turn it around, then everything will be forgot. So the supporters here have been brilliant with me.
Do you want to put some roots down? Your last 3 jobs have lasted less than a year. I assume You want to build something.
Yeah, I get sick of moving house. I think can't afford it anymore. So, do you know, as I said before, do you know what? I'm really comfortable here. I really love it, and I love working with the guys, and I love the way the football club is kind of structured. That I mean, okay, we've probably put things in place ourselves from it, but it's just I'm not saying my way's right, but it's my way. There's no right way nor wrong, but it's just my way. And what I'll do, I'll right or wrong, I'll do what I think's right for Ipswich. Not for me, not for the staff, not for Ipswich Football Club. That's the most important thing. That's for me is doing what's right for the football club. Not for any individual, for the football club and the supporters. I'll do exactly what I think's right.
When the finances are out this week, there have been some national reports that the club have been very quickly to pour cold water on in regards Marcus potentially putting the club up for sale. Yeah. Does that affect you or the players? And did you have those conversations with Marcus when you took the job about his own long-term plans and commitment to this football club?
No, I don't have owners and say to him, are you going to sell, are you going to keep it or what. Marcus is a really clever man. He's the business he's got and everything he's done. So, but while he's the custodian of the football club and he's in charge of it, it's his baby as such. So what I thought was we had conversation, they asked my opinion, what I actually thought of it and where I saw it going or what potentially can happen. Regarding his own situation, I think that's a private issue between himself and how he feels. But the conversations I've had with him, he's been brilliant. He really has. He's right behind it. Everything we've asked to try and help, he's looked at and said, yeah, no problem. So I think you'll see more hands-on. I said, you've covered it more than I've been here, so but I certainly think it'll be more hands-on.
Thanks, Paul. Best of luck.
All right, Magic, thanks. So, was you? All right, I never saw you there.
Let's leave it at that.
There were one or two players, I think, sat in with the supporters at last week. There's a conscious thing to sort of show that all on the same side.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he tell me something I don't know then?
In the same sort of area, yeah.
Is that right, did he?
Don't know.
People mentioned on the forum.
Did he? Did he? What was that? What was that?
Nowhere else to sit.
So it wasn't a conscious thing, but the fans quite like that when the players see.
Oh, was it? Aye. That's the big thing we've got in our favour. The supporters have been brilliant, and I think they appreciate that we were trying to do things. And as I said before, you've got to bring the supporters close to the football club. There'll be certain days here I'll open training for them to come and watch the supporters, and I'll certainly get around to doing that because I think they have to see players in this environment as well and see training at certain times. So I think it's important we have to make it a lot closer than what it has been.
In terms of January and players coming in, is it, we've talked about the situation, is it that it might be that loans are the thing you have to look at rather than permanent deals?
It might well be some of that, but to be honest, at that minute that doesn't bother me one bit. We have to get lads with a bit more experience in here that know the game a little bit, that's got a bit of know-how at certain times of it. And we need a little bit of help at that moment in time, or this moment in time, whether loans permanent. Permanent will be difficult because it's a really strange time of the season. But loans, they could be from Mars for all I care, as long as I know they know the league and they can actually perform in it. And the lads need a little bit of help. And if we can keep that going, then let's see what happens.
It might be that you have to take decisions on some of the loanees who are here already, because obviously you're limited to 5 that can be in a match day squad, aren't you? And I think you've got, with January's situation, I think you've got 5 if you include Jordan Graham, who's obviously going to go back. But I mean, that's 4, that doesn't give you a lot of scope, does it?
No, that you said that'll be decisions where we have to make of what's happening here from it. But that's football. You make decisions every day in the game. And I said there before, right or wrong, I'll make what I think's right for this football club. Not for anything else. It's what's right for this football club.
People watched the Youth Cup in the week, and I think a lot of them got their first view of Idris playing midfield.
Elba, who's that? What's his surname? Elba.
El
Oh right, okay. I thought you were going to talk about James Bond there or something. Yeah.
And so he's obviously impressed quite a lot of people. I think he's been offered a pro contract. And how far away is he from
He's doing. Listen, again before, he's doing well. I just say he's doing really well. But I think the thing for me, we've got a hell of a lot of young players here anyway, who are probably just a wee bit advanced than him at the minute. But again, I can't sit here and hang my hat on somebody at the minute. We have to get a little bit more in the first team, without a doubt. And I hope I can get that in January. He's one to keep an eye on in nurture. But there's still a hell of a long way for him to go.
Excellent, thank you.
All right.
Well, that's
See you later on.